Welcome students to lecture 9 of projectile motion. So far in motion in 2D we are discussing about the projectile motion. So we completed projectile motion from the surface of earth. In the same way projectile motion from particular height. There we discussed the different cases. So in first we are discussing projection from the ground by making some angle theta. So about this projectile we completed. In the same way, projection from height we are also completed. That is one horizontal projection, another one is projection by making an angle theta above the horizontal from height. In the same way, projection from the height below the horizontal by making an angle theta. Now we are going to discuss about when a projectile is projected along the inclined plane. Okay, now so for suppose this is an inclined plane, so the angle of inclination is alpha. So angle made by the inclined plane with respect to the horizontal I am taking as alpha. In the same way, the whatever the angle of projection from the inclined plane I am taking as theta. So here again two cases. One is projection from the bottom of the inclined plane and projection from the top of the inclined. That means one motion is up the inclined plane and other will be down the inclined plane. So two types of cases we are going to discuss. So one is projectile motion from the inclined plane up the plane and second one is down the inclined plane. So to discuss this projectile motion, let us discuss some basic concept related to the acceleration of a projectile along the inclined plane. And the same way we also discussed, we are also going to discuss about the sign convention. Let us consider, so in inclined plane of angle of inclination alpha. So when a projectile is projected into air along the inclined plane, so its acceleration we are going to resolve along the inclined plane into two components. So acceleration is always acts downward direction. So this I am resolving into two components. So one is g cos alpha and another one is g sin alpha. So here g cos alpha is the acceleration along vertical direction. So that means ay is equals to g cos alpha and horizontal acceleration ax is equals to g sin alpha. So this is vertical acceleration and this is horizontal acceleration. Okay, now let us attach the coordinate system to the inclined plane. So I am taking the coordinate system to the inclined plane like this. So from the point of projection to, I am attaching the coordinate system along the inclined plane. So this is x x dash and y y dash. So we know that the sign conventions. So from the origin, above the origin the physical quantities are measured as positive, below the origin they are measured as negative, and towards right of the origin the physical quantities taken as positive and left side they can taken as negative. So these are the sign conventions. Okay, now let us assign the signs for the horizontal acceleration the same way vertical acceleration. So see, so vertical acceleration is downwards. So if it is downwards, we can write as minus g cos alpha. In the same way, horizontal acceleration is nothing but along the inclined plane. That is also towards left side. Okay, now from the origin to left side, opposite to the direction of the origin. That's why I'm taking this is minus g sine alpha. So generally in a case of a projectile which is projected from the height or from the ground, the horizontal acceleration is considered as 0. But in a case of a projectile which is projected from the inclined plane, by making some angle theta with respect to the inclined plane, okay, so this projectile has some horizontal acceleration. That horizontal acceleration is equals to minus g sine theta. Okay, right. Now let us consider. So now I am discussing about the projectile motion of the inclined plane. Right. So here initial velocity of the projection is u. A projectile is projected into air from the inclined bottom of the inclined plane by making an angle theta with respect to the inclined plane. So here we are resolving this velocity into two components with respect to the inclined plane only. This is ux and this is uy. So we can write at point of projection from bottom of the inclined plane, so horizontal velocity ux is equals to u cos theta and horizontal acceleration ax is equals to minus g sine alpha. This is horizontal velocity, horizontal acceleration. Now let us write vertical velocity and vertical acceleration. So vertical velocity is uy equals to u sine theta. In the same way its acceleration ay is equals to minus g cos alpha we can write. So these are all values. Let us take it as 1. Okay, now let us find out the different quantities. So what is the vertical distance traveled by the projectile? In the same way horizontal distance, and also we are going to study about the time of flight. So first I am going to write the expression for vertical distance traveled by the projectile. So vertical displacement of projectile. So expression we are using second equation of motion, s is equals to ut plus half at square. So this we can write y, vertical displacement I am taking as y. So y uyt plus half ayt square. So after some time, after t seconds, what is the vertical displacement I am writing? So uy we know that u sine theta, and what about ay is equals to minus g cos alpha. From this figure we can get ay as minus g cos alpha, right? Substitute here. So y is equals to u sine theta into t minus half g cos alpha t square. So this is the expression for vertical displacement after t seconds, so along the inclined plane, right? When the projectile reaches the another end of the inclined plane, from here it is projected by making some angle theta. So when it is reaching to the inclined plane, after reaching the inclined plane, its vertical displacement will be 0. So when its vertical displacement is 0, the time taken is known to be time of flight. Try to understand this. From this point the projectile is projected, so this is the vertical displacement after t seconds. So for suppose After some time, the projectile reaches to the another end of the inclined plane. So after reaching the another end of the inclined plane, at this point vertical displacement is 0. If vertical displacement is 0, then time taken by the projectile to reach the same level of projection is known to be time of flight. Therefore, if y equals to 0, then time taken by projectile is known to be time of flight. So now I am going to derive the expression for time of flight by taking y is equals to 0. So if y is equals to 0, t is equals to time of flight. Let us substitute. So 0 u sine theta, in the place of small t I am substituting with capital T, minus half g cos alpha t square. So we can rewrite this as u sine theta into t is equals to 1 by 2 g cos alpha t square. So we can cancel t and t on both sides. So we are going to rewrite this as capital T is equals to 2u sine theta by g cos alpha. So this is the expression for time of flight of the projectile along up the inclined plane. So time of flight. So if you compare this our general expression, what is the expression for time of flight? So time of flight t is equals to 2u vertical velocity by vertical acceleration. So here we can write 2u vertical velocity by vertical acceleration. So vertical velocity nothing but what in case of the projectile? U sine theta. In the same way vertical acceleration nothing but what? Vertical acceleration will be g cos alpha. The same we are going to get. So this is a way of remembering the formula related to the inclined plane time of flight. Okay now, so this we can write as 2u vertical velocity by vertical acceleration. So number 2, and this is number 3. So this is the expression for time of flight. Now let us find out the horizontal distance traveled along the inclined plane. So distance traveled along the inclined plane. So distance traveled along the inclined plane nothing but along the x-axis. So along the x-axis we are going to find its distance. We don't know whether it reaches to the next end of the inclined plane or not, we don't know. Just we are writing the expression for horizontal distance traveled. So again I am using the expression s is equals to ut plus half at square. Now I am writing, so in the place of s, the distance traveled along x-axis, and the distance traveled along x-axis, the which velocity is influenced the horizontal distance? So horizontal velocity we are writing u cos theta, and this is u sin theta. Vertical velocity influenced by the u sin theta, horizontal displacement influenced by the u cos theta. Therefore I am taking simply x ux t plus half ax t square. So we know that ux already u cos theta, and ax. So ax nothing but the velocity along the x direction is minus g sin alpha. So ax is equals to minus g sin alpha, substitute here. So therefore x is equals to u cos theta into t minus half g sin alpha t square. So this is the distance traveled along the inclined plane. Now let us find out the maximum distance, that means horizontal range. So range is nothing but what? It is a maximum distance traveled by the projectile along the horizontal. So here along the horizontal nothing but along the x-axis only. Okay na? Right, I am using this expression only to derive that horizontal range. So horizontal range, so x is equals to, we got already, u cos theta into t minus half g sin alpha t square. So when it is said to be range, if it is reaches to the same point, same level of projection, then only it is said to be a range. So now this is the range. So when, if we are using the range in the place of displacement, so the time for the range is known to be time of flight. Okay, now to reach the same level of the inclined plane is known to be time of flight. The time of flight I am going to substitute here to find out the range. So r is equals to u cos theta. In the place of t, what we can write? So t we are replacing with the time of flight, that is 2u sin theta by g cos alpha is the time of flight expression. This expression I am going to substitute in the place of t here. So substitute 2u sin theta by g cos alpha minus 1 by 2 g sin alpha times of 2u sin theta by g cos alpha whole square. Okay, let us try to simplify this. This we are going to get as 2u square sin theta cos theta by g cos alpha minus 1 by 2 g sin alpha, we can write as 4u square sin square theta by g square cos square alpha. Okay, at next step we are going to use some trigonometric relations. I am going to use in the next step. Let us see. Take u square by g cos square alpha common. U square by g cos square alpha common from the two expressions. So see here, we can cancel one g is cancelled. So in this term there is no cos alpha term, only one cos alpha, there is no square cos alpha. That's why I am going to write 2 sin theta cos theta into cos alpha we can write, because here there is no square, but I am taking the square. After simplifying this also you are going to get the same expression. So minus, so what is left in this? So here 2 we can write here. Okay na? So 2 sin alpha sin square theta we can write the rest. Next, u square by g cos square alpha, so this we can write sin 2 theta. So sin 2 theta cos alpha minus 2 sin alpha, this we can write 1 minus cos 2 theta we can write this sin square theta term. Now let us simplify. So u square g cos square alpha sin 2 theta cos alpha minus 2 sin alpha okay, sorry, we are writing 2 sin square theta as that. Again, 2 sin square theta as 1 minus cos theta we write 1 minus cos 2 theta. So here no, okay, minus into minus plus we are going to get. So plus sin alpha cos 2 theta. If we observe these two terms in this expression, sin A cos B, okay, sin A cos B, cos A sin B. So this we can write as u square by g cos square alpha. So sin of A plus B we can write. So 2 theta plus alpha minus sin alpha we can write this expression. So this is the expression for range of the projectile. Okay na? So this range we need to find when it will be maximum. Okay na? So once again you see here. So this 2 sin square theta I am writing as 1 minus cos 2 theta. After writing that 1 minus cos 2 theta only, I am going to get this function as, so sin A cos B cos A sin B function. So this is A. So cos A sin B. So therefore sin of A plus B. So let us take this equation number 6 we will write. So further we will write this expression R is equals to u square by g cos square alpha sin of 2 theta plus alpha minus sin alpha. So to get the range maximum, okay, so range is maximum. So because alpha we cannot change, because alpha is nothing but what? Alpha is constant. It is angle of inclination of projectile. Okay, this, the range never depends on this term. The range depends on only this term. This should be maximum. So when it will be should maximum? Range is maximum when sin 2 theta plus alpha should be equals to 1. So if it is equals to 1, let us find out 2 theta plus alpha, we can write sin pi by 2. Because if it is 1, this term should be equals to sin pi by 2. Therefore 2 theta plus alpha is equals to pi by 2. Therefore our aim is to find for which angle of projection the range should be maximum. Our aim is to find theta. So 2 theta pi by 2 minus alpha. Therefore theta is equals to pi by 4 minus alpha by 2. So this is the angle of projection. Okay na? So for this angle of projection, range should be maximum. So this is the condition of projection along the inclined plane. So of the inclined plane. Okay. Now let us simplify this. So range is maximum. So sin 2 theta plus alpha is equals to 1. Let us substitute here. So R equals to u square g cos square alpha. Therefore sin of 2 theta plus alpha I am writing as 1 minus sin alpha. So further I want to simplify this as u square by, this we can write cos square as 1 minus sin square alpha, we can write 1 minus sin square alpha into 1 minus sin alpha. So this, the denominator is in the format of a square minus b square. We can write a plus b into a minus b in denominator. In the numerator is as it is 1 minus sin alpha. So 1 minus sin alpha, 1 minus sin alpha get cancelled. Therefore range maximum expression is equals to u square by g times of 1 plus sin alpha. Okay, so this is the condition for range is maximum when the angle of projection theta should be satisfied this angle. In the same way, if it is satisfied, therefore range maximum value will be u square by g of 1 plus sin alpha. This we can also check for the, so inclined, that means whatever the plane, the smooth plane also, along horizontal also we can check it. So along the horizontal, the angle of inclination we can take it as 0. So alpha should be 0. Okay, this cos square alpha, so this will be 1. So u square by g, so sine 2 theta you are going to get. You can write as special case. Special case we can check it for horizontal planes. So for horizontal planes, alpha equals to 0. If alpha equals to 0, range value we know that already, u square by g cos square 0. So cos 0 is 1 times of sine 2 theta plus 0 minus sine 0. So therefore we are going to get r is equals to u square by g sine t theta. This we know it already. If the object is projected from the ground, then its horizontal range will be r is equals to u square sine 2 theta by g. So here we need to analyze one important point. So what is that important point here? So we are expressing that the range in terms of u square by g times of 1 plus sine alpha, and if you observe that, so t is equals to time of flight is equals to 2u vertical velocity by vertical acceleration, and range also we can write in terms of this range. So we are writing as in this term u perpendicular square by a perpendicular square you can write. Okay, so this is a way of expressing the range and as well as the vertical distance and also condition for the maximum range along of the inclined plane. Okay, so now if the projectile is projected down the inclined plane, you know, motion of projectile along down the inclined plane. So when it is projected down the inclined plane, the values already we derived, so just we need to change the plus and minus signs only here. Okay, now so angle of inclination is alpha, so now it is projected down the inclined plane. So now I am assigning the coordinate system like this, so x y. So if it is projected by making some angle theta, okay, right now it will reaches the bottom of the inclined plane like this. Right, so here what are the formulas for the time of flight? There is no change in the expression for time of flight. So time of flight same, so 2u sine theta by g cos alpha. In the same way, condition for maximum range, so range expression we can write u square by g cos square alpha. So we have written sine 2 theta plus alpha there, here 2 theta minus alpha plus sine alpha is the condition. And in the same way range maximum, so range maximum if theta is equals to pi by 4 plus alpha by 2, this is the condition if theta is satisfying this rule. And next in the same way, so range maximum, this is 1. If it is equals to 1, we are writing u square by g times of 1 minus sine square alpha into this 1 plus sine alpha we can write. Okay, therefore r is equals to u square by, in the same format, a square minus b square we are writing this as, so 1 plus sine alpha into 1 minus sine alpha, again in numerator we have 1 plus sine alpha, so 1 plus sine alpha, 1 plus sine alpha get cancelled, so range maximum is equals to u square by g times of 1 minus sine alpha. This is motion of the projectile along down the inclined plane. Okay, right, thank you, stay safe.